everybody, Alexis here, and I just put on that fake smile for the camera because not happy today. So the first thing that started off my day wrong, which I didn't really know until a few hours ago, was that I lost my Carmex. Yeah, so when you lose your Carmex, it's pretty much just, you know, it's just gonna be a downhill day from there. Okay, so this is gonna be an update on my intern being a scam. So right after I had filmed the video about my intern being a scam, I thought things were gonna be on the up and up with my mentor. And so far I thought things were on the up and up. For the last week, they've been on the up and up since then. But no, that's not what happened. So let me tell you about the day. So I woke up 5 o'clock. I did an hour MCAT studying. You guys should be proud of me. I've been studying. I did an hour MCAT studying. I went and got breakfast. So proactive. Went and got breakfast. Then we had a little lecture around 8 o'clock. So I went to the little lecture. And so I have like a co-mentor type thing who's also working on my project with me. But he hasn't been here because he's actually been on the same conference that my last mentor was on. So I haven't really got to see him, and he's pretty much a busy man. He works with global health programs, so he's always just all around the globe. So today, you know, we were having our little lecture, having a little dialogue, and he was just like, you know, is anybody having problems or whatever? Because I'm not sure if I put it in my last video, but I talked to somebody to maybe like email my mentor and kind of just like get her on the track of maybe helping me a little more. So yeah, he was the person that's pretty much over the program. So he's the person who directs in a nice way to kind of make sure his students are doing their work for the program. So yeah, so I finally got to meet him today. And so he's just like, yeah, is anybody having problems with their mentor? This, that, and the third. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, so ever since he sent that little email or whatever, things have been on the up and up. She kind of sat down with me for like 30 minutes, explained my project in thorough, like this is what you need to do, kind of in thorough, but not really. Just basically what she told me was she wanted me to read more again. So I kind of understood my project a little more though, so I decided to find some more things to read. And I thought I was having a better understanding of my project. I'm like, things are going good. I understand my project. She's still not really here. I've really only talked to her for maybe like 60 seconds of the day. Like, she's always in and out the office. She's always on the phone. Every time I'm here, she's gone. She never really gets here until like 1:30. Like, I'm still not really talking to her like that. Like, it just kind of, my last mentorship was kind of like really hands-on, and it's like this one is really hands-off type. Anyway, so I met with him and he was just like, yeah, does anybody have problems? And I'm like, I'm still not really having a lot of dialogue with my mentor. Like, it's just kind of like everybody else seems to just be working with their mentor every day. And he was like, what about your lab instructor? And I was like, I don't really think I have one of those, but if I do, I see her less than my mentor. Like, she pretty much just print papers out for me, and that's pretty much it. He was like, yeah, so we're just gonna link up after this, you know, talk more about your project, because, you know, he's working on part of my project some way. So we have a kind of a conversation walking in the hallways to his office in the hospital. And in that little 4-minute hallway conversation, I learned more about my project. I learned more about how I was doing the entire wrong thing on my research project in that 4 minutes that I was walking to his office. I learned more about what I was supposed to be doing in my project in 4 minutes walking in a hallway through the hospital to his office than I have learned since June the 12th. I've been doing the wrong thing. The absolute wrong thing on my research. So yeah, he basically went super in-depth, like in maybe, I give it 30 minutes max. He went super in-depth, 30 minutes max, about my project. Like, he sat there, wrote it down on a sheet of paper, like, this is what this is what that is. I'm not gonna go into detail because you're not supposed to actually say your research before you do the research, because somebody can basically steal your research and do the same thing before you get to do it. So that's why I'm kind of just being really vague about it. So I'll tell you about it once I present it, or I'll definitely video it once I present it. But this is basically just gonna be the gist of it. So basically it's like, yeah, this is what you need to do, this is the diagrams, this is what you're gonna have. Like, what you're doing is basically absolutely the wrong thing. You're focused on this, not this. And I literally, what he was talking about, I just like excluded that from everything I was reading. I was like, oh, I'm definitely not working with that, I'm working with this. He was like, no, you're definitely not working with that, you're working with this. And I'm like, well, damn, everything that I fucking have done my references for is based on the total wrong thing. Anyways, so he gave me a more in-depth version of everything I'm supposed to be doing, the variables I'm supposed to be looking at. I don't really even need the system that they told me that I needed, that I've been trying to get into for the last few weeks. I basically didn't need any of that. I pretty much basically almost got all the information I need. I just need to kind of do some statistical analysis on it. But I basically was like, no way, I've been sitting here doing the wrong thing for 3 weeks, 3 whole weeks. Anyways, but I actually kind of like my project a lot better now, because it actually is something that really relates very, very, very near, dear, close to me, close place in my heart. It relates to a lot of things that I've actually been through in life, like one major event that I've been through in life. So because of that, I would definitely try to put my best foot forward into doing this research. And I thought I was already kind of interested in it, but now I'm just super interested in it, because it hits home for me, and it's something that I definitely want people to know. It's something that's definitely gonna help people, but it's something I definitely want people to know. So this is an update about my intern and how it's going. You guys can tell me a little bit about your life. If you guys have had any bad experiences with interns, leave some comments. You guys always watch, but y'all don't leave any comments, and you know, my life is a little boring too sometimes. Maybe I want to comment back. So yeah, this is me, this is my intern, and see you guys later.